Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about old world hidden secrets on Illuminations. And before we get started, let me run the intro.
And you can change it in a nick of time, even if you decide to leave the stars behind. You say one word, I say amazing. You say one word, I say amazing.
All right. So yeah, I'm pretty sure most of you guys know about this, but I wanted to retouch on this and explore it a little bit more, since it's been a while. Here's an article that I'm sure most of you guys know of. It's titled "The Mysterious Illuminations of the 18th and 19th Centuries." In this article, we are going to look closely into illuminations, fancy entertainment events held in past times during various celebrations. Such illuminations have been around for a long time, but it turns out that we know so little about them. It's very true. I know that I'm not the first one to touch upon this mystery. Nevertheless, I wanted to check it out myself by looking into some foreign sources based on what I saw and read. I can state that it is not that simple. All information that is one way or another related to the technical side of the illuminations is classified or destroyed. Well, that sucks. To get any information and content for the article, I had to look for tabloid press of that time. And these are examples, illustrations that he's talking about. In these illustrations, you can see that there's definitely illumination. See if we can zoom in. Let me see. There you go. So yeah, you can see that there's illuminations at the very top. Sorry about that. You can see it in this illustration. This one here also. All the red dots that are marked, those are all illuminations. And I noticed some of these people here are marked red also. So makes me wonder, did they have, specific type of apparel that could illuminate? Here's another one. And then I do see these wires here. I see these wires connected to these chandeliers. Very interesting. Or could it just be like a rope just to hold it up? Either way, it definitely shows that it's illumination. And this illustration was from 1681. It says this image shows the same place, but in 1681, the lamps hanging on the wires evidently have not candles inside. The light they radiate is unusual and looks like the whole lamp is glowing instead of separate lights. What is it? An artist style? let's look at some other images. This is a popular one here too. One that I used for my very first video. You can see there's so much illumination radiating from this building here. And then you also got some lights in the tree here. See the light in the tree? And then there's lights on the left side of this photo, right here. So, good to have you, Bonnie. And indeed, this is very interesting. I mean, because we don't know what's powering these illuminations. So that's one image. Here's another one that definitely shows a lot of illumination. No doubt. You see on the left, you got, I believe that's 6 chandeliers on each side. And then you got these people, it might be royal people. Horse and buggy, makes no sense. And then this image here is from 1730. Now, if we look at when the first light bulb, let's see what Google tells us. See, they tell us it's 1802. It had something to do with Benjamin Franklin. I mean, perhaps that is true. You know, the very first light bulb, because we know that light bulbs are powered by electricity. You know, we know how this works here. So, I mean, that could very well be true. But there was a different way of illuminating these lights here. Right here. They had a different way of illuminating it. Here's another one. And you can see just how bright that illumination is right in the center, right below the roof of this building, right in the center. Then you got 2 more lights at the top. Not too much, but I need to. I just look at it for what it is, and whatever my eyes see, I just dissect it that way. Here's another image pointing out where the illuminations are coming from. This one's at the very top. This image here in the center looks like multiple spires are illuminating. And this is the image that I showed you previously. Definitely interesting. Here's another one. You got an illumination over here on the left. This spire here on top of this roof. This one on the bottom. Another one on the right. And here you have another, looks like they're having another ball or something. Some type of party. Perhaps a tea party. And you see that if this is light illuminating from this air balloon, that's pretty crazy. Because it's literally floating. So there's nothing attached to it. And this is another popular one. You can definitely see how much illumination is coming from here. 1790, the year 1790. How in the world did they power these? I mean, we know how this works here. We know how this works. You just screw it in to the top of your, wherever your lamp is or your light is located, and then turn on the switch and it works. This can be explained, but stuff like this is from 1790. All right, the invention of the first light bulb was 1802. So they're definitely not the same thing. No way. Here's another awesome image. I have a feeling that's what they used. You can measure it and power electrical objects with it. Yeah. Wirelessly, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be connected to anything. See, when I first saw this image, my first initial thought was these are candles. But many people tell me otherwise. They said, no, it's not. It's not candles. And if you look closer, you know they're not candles. See, because this is fire. These men holding torches, you can tell that that's fire. There's a little bit of smoke coming over that. But then they're not candles. And then you got the fountain. Something interesting going on within that water fountain. It's very interesting. Looks kind of weird. Excuse me. So yeah, this is another image, and this one is from, not sure if it says here. Can't see the year. I believe it's from 17 something though. And then we got an actual photo here. I think this is the actual place. Wow. And that's how it looks now. Wow. It looks a lot different, guys. See, now that looks like candles. Huh. Here's another illustration of a party. You know another thing that I wonder too about these images here? Who had the time to illustrate this? Who had the time to, and just how detailed it is. It's amazing. It's amazing how detailed it is. Let me see if I can open this in a new tab so I can zoom in. Yeah, look at that, man. They take that time to, and it's like all these people have a very unique expression. Every single person is doing something different. There's not doubles or triples, you know how, like, for example, like DreamWorks, Disney, companies like that, you'll find doubles when they make movies, especially if it's like in the foregrounds or in the background. It's not going to be like this. Like, this is very detailed, extremely detailed. Let's look at this right side. See that? Everyone is doing something different. It's just amazing. Look, and then you have these dogs here too. Check out these dogs. It's like And what I feel like is when the person who drew this, or what if it wasn't even drawn out? What if this was like somehow printed out? I mean, just because if you look at, there's a specific pattern within this ink. And for those of you who know how a printer works, that's how it works, within layers of printing, and it's like a pattern. And if you look at these shadings, you see the shading, there's like a specific pattern. It's almost like pixels on a display. You see that? Look at this guy's, the back of his, he looks like he's wearing a cape. And then right here, it's the same thing. Looks like it was printed out somehow. Like they had some type of very advanced, wow, look at this. But they had some type of very advanced technology. Something that could just, you know, when I think about it, I think about those Polaroids. You know, the Polaroid cameras? So I feel like whatever technology they had at this time, it'll just capture that moment and print whatever it caught, you know? I mean, just look at the shading. It doesn't look like it was penciled in. See this right here, the pole? There's a very specific and detailed print here. It looks like a checkerboard pattern going on this pole. I don't think this was drawn out, guys. See, the same thing with the windows. The same thing with the windows. There's like a checkerboard pattern going on here. And that can only be accomplished, correct me if I'm wrong, with like a printer. Those of you who know how old school printers work, they're like this. You know, they're not as good as the ones we have now, you know, because they fill in a lot more areas than these older printers. But I mean, what could this be? Because it is, like I said, every individual in here is unique to their own expression. There's no doubles. Let's move on to the next photo. There you go. See again. Look, we're getting these cross-section type patterns on this image. It doesn't look like it was done with a pencil, guys. I'm sorry. Nobody's gonna take the time. If you were to do this with a pencil, nobody's gonna take the time to draw out all these cross sections here individually, one by one. That's insane. And then he leaves this area blank only to draw a chandelier. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. And how detailed these flowers are. It's amazing. And I know with these chandeliers, of course, it's trying to illustrate that it's illuminating. So you can definitely see, obviously, it's illuminating. But yeah, like I said, man, this wasn't the drawing. I mean, if any of you know how these were illustrated, you know, whether it be a mystery old school printer of some type, let me know, man. Let's move on to the next photo. Interesting. What is that, a spire? Fortunately for us, nobody figured out to censor tabloid press where these items are titled church lamps. Oh, okay. How do they function? In corresponding archives of the 19th century, you can find the most detailed technical descriptions of gas lamps, from primitive to the most advanced of that time. With all the necessary schemes and blueprints, however, you won't find anything related to these church lamps, which most probably light up when put into an electrical field generated by a domical construction. What is that, domical? How do you pronounce that? Or by some device hidden inside. It is not surprising, given that domes could be found almost everywhere, including temples, churches, and even ordinary houses. The lamps used in festive urban illuminations were just bigger versions of the church lamps. Wow, this is an interesting illustration here too. Let's take a look at this one. Again, we're getting those same patterns, guys. Yeah, their technology was out of this world, for sure. But look at this. So with this one, on the left and right, with those shades, you can see that they're like getting that checkerboard, crisscross type of print. But in the very center, which looks like a door or like a, not sure what that is, but see that shading is different. It just looks like it's going up and down, just straight lines. But I don't think these are, I don't think they were drawn out, man. Illumination, okay. Doesn't say the year here. Very interesting. Of course, you got more illuminations at the top of this illustration, especially at the very center, all the way at the top. And let's move on to the next one. I see. This one's very interesting to me too, because where it's marked up with this red ink, you can definitely see that looks like the serpent and the staff. I believe it is. Hey, Leo Medic, good to have you, man. How you doing, buddy? But yeah, see that? That's the serpent and the staff. In the very center, you have this half-naked gentleman here. And then at the top, you have this illumination. And it looks like it says something. Can you guys see that? You see that? It says Vive or Vive Roy. Yeah. If you guys know what that means, let me know. It could be Vive or Vive Roy. So it says Roy at the bottom, and it says Vive at the top. Not sure how to pronounce that, but yeah. Serpent and the staff here. Some illuminations here at the bottom with these little baby angels. More illuminations here on the left, and then you have this fellow here holding on for dear life to this spire. Interesting. It's almost like an event was taking place here, And then whatever device they had to capture this illustration showed that maybe something cataclysmic was happening, you know, at this very second, because it does show that they're holding on to these spires. Whoa. And then you have these little ones surrounding this really bright illumination. At least the way it's illustrated makes it look very bright. Could that be Roman numerals? Could be. Could very well be. Yeah, because all I see is a V, I, V, E, and at the bottom I see R, O, Y. Let's move on to the next photo. Wow. So it looks like these are like trees, but it's like a pattern. You see, you have one that's illuminated and then the next one isn't, and it goes so on and so forth. Interesting. In the very center you have a, what is this? Forget what this is called, but it looks like there's a treasure box within inside this area here. Interesting. But then you got illuminations on this piece here too. I think that's a well. Yeah, so yeah, this looks like a well. You got a tower here, so this looks like some water, probably a lake or something. Then you got more illuminations right here with on the building itself. Interesting stuff. This area here, that looks like a bridge. Very weird. You guys see that? What is this? What is that, like waves crashing into this bridge? Interesting. Let's see what else we have here. Oh yeah, he's just pointing out where the illuminations were coming from. What is this? What does that say? Oh, I'm not going to be able to read that. You guys can go ahead and pause it and see if you can read it. I know this says illumination, but the rest I believe is in a different language. Very interesting stuff. Indeed. What is this? Illumination de la Place de la Concorde Figuera dis. Yeah, I don't know how to speak that. You guys can go ahead and pause that and read it if you'd like. Pay attention to the metal thing encircled in red. It's a decorative metal logo of France. Similar one for Russia should stand nearby, which used to glow, being charged by the devices encircled in blue. You probably think that they just didn't connect wires. Okay, let's look at this one. Wow, this is a very interesting photo. Is this an actual photograph? That looks like a photograph or a drawing, could be. Interesting. So this one was from Europe, but what about Russia? Take a look at the following photos. Yeah, that's definite Illuminations. Can you guess the place and the time period? That's right, it is Moscow in the very beginning of the 20th century. Upper photo shows GUM, G-U-M, main department store, lower Kremlin. Photos taken during Tsar Nikolai II inauguration. During the communist time, there has never been anything like what you see in this photo. A simple question: how much power should a power plant have to provide all of it with electricity? If one running meter of light line took 4 light bulbs, 25 watts each, if you knew something about power plants in Moscow of that time, you would answer that there were no power plants of enough power to do that. It is the same kind of illumination, powered by some external, artificial source. All of it was done with the help of ether capacitors for free. I'm not going to say this name, but anyway, destroyed all of it for a purpose by an order from a global elite. Global elite. That's funny. There is even no need to put lamps on the Kremlin towers. If they have metallic bondings inside, all you have to do is create an electric field of enough power to light them up. So all these illuminations, temples, technical devices like wireless trams are results of the same natural process called atmospheric electricity. Believe it or not, it is your own choice, but the amount of facts and documents on this topic has become too considerable to ignore it. The last image for the conclusion: Paris Exposition of Electrical Inventions, 1890. Not kind of electricity we use today, as you may have already guessed. Let's take a look. Also, these lamps here, there's definitely a significance to these lamps. I noticed they like to show these lamps in movies and Hollywood films too. Just got in from feeding the farm animals, doing better. That's awesome, bro. Awesome that you have a farm. That's one of my goals. So yeah, looks like they're having another party. You got a few people sitting down, a few people standing up. I noticed there's a woman and a woman here, 2 females. And then you have a couple here. You have 2 men holding hands here. Weird. I mean, I know homosexuality exists from the beginning of time, you know, so I wouldn't be surprised. I think that might be the last photo. Yeah, so that's the last photo. Here's some other photos that I found on Alamy. Check these ones out. Let's see if I can open this one. No, I can't. But yeah, see, this is another illustration, but this one has color. This looks like water fountains, water here, and then you got some illuminations. Sorry about that, guys, 1 second. So yeah, this image looks awesome because we actually get some color. You got this image. I feel like someone touched these photos up. Just amazing, man. One can only imagine, right, what actually happened during these times and the energy they had available to them. It's probably just amazing. Here's another popular photo. Wow. That one's crazy. Here's another popular one from 1904. The Historical Souvenir World's Fair, St. Louis. But yeah, if you compare these, with, you know, today's ways of illumination, you notice that the lights are going to be illuminating from inside of the rooms, not necessarily outside. Whereas to these photos here, they're definitely illuminating from outside, almost like Christmas lights, but way more advanced. Definitely. That is just amazing. I feel like as soon as they discovered this, as soon as the reset people discovered this, they were just in awe, you know, like, wow, figured out a way to turn it on and came up with a plan and said, nope, we can't have it this way. You can't sell free energy. You cannot sell free energy. Can't sell free water either. I won't be surprised if they start selling oxygen. Yeah, there's so many images here. And if you guys want to check these images out, I'll definitely put the link in the description box below for you guys to look at. So this image is awesome too. Check that out. Yeah, they don't light them up like that anymore. Not anymore. This is all you're gonna get right here. So you don't see no illuminations directly from outside of the buildings. You're only gonna see them illuminating from the inside. I mean, let's... Yeah, see, like, oh, come on. But anyways, yeah, you guys get the point. It's not gonna be anything like this. No way. Oh wow, I'd never seen this one yet. Oh, I definitely gotta save this one. Wow. My question is, why the lights? You know? I feel like, at least in my opinion, during the Middle Ages, you know, the millennial reign, everything was for a specific reason. I don't think it was just to necessarily, you know, illuminate, you know, an area. I don't think it was just for that. I think it served a purpose that was far more important. I mean, you guys let me know. Definitely let me know. But yeah, man, I think that's about it for today, guys. Oh wow, let's look at this one here real quick. Yeah, see, those look like light strips. Like, look, that looks like some Christmas lights. I mean, I could be wrong, but yeah, definitely let me know what you guys think about this one here too. But yeah, I think that's gonna be about it for today, guys. Appreciate you guys joining. Definitely leave your comments down below and let me know what you guys think about these illustrations, you know, and images. And as always, you guys be safe out there. Be blessed. Until next time.
You say one word, I say amazing. You say one word, I say amazing.